in the heart of a remote countryside, far from the hustle and bustle of the city, nestled an ancient inn that bore the weight of centuries on its weathered beams. It was a place known for its timeless charm and the warmth of its hearth, a refuge for travelers seeking solace from the outside world. On this particular stormy night, a group of friends had gathered in the inn, drawn together by a shared love for the eerie, the supernatural, and the unknown. Around the crackling fireplace, Mark, a rugged man with the eyes of a wanderer, began to recount his tale. He spoke of a hike deep into the mist-covered Appalachian Mountains, where the veil between the living and the dead seemed fragile. It was there, on a foggy morning, that he saw her, a woman in a tattered gown, her form ethereal in the mist. She beckoned to him, her voice a haunting melody, and Mark, captivated by her beauty, took a step closer, but as he reached out, she dissolved like morning mist, leaving behind only the haunting echo of her whisper. As Mark's tale faded into the embers, Emily, with her piercing blue eyes that seemed to hide countless stories, leaned forward to share her own experience. She had stayed in an ancient English inn, where the very walls whispered secrets of centuries past. One restless night, she awoke to the distant sound of children's laughter and the tantalizing scent of fresh bread. Intrigued, she followed the haunting sounds down darkened hallways, to an abandoned kitchen. There, in the moonlight, spectral children played, their laughter sending shivers down her spine. In an instant, they vanished, leaving behind only a room steeped in eerie silence. Next, Daniel, the scholarly man with wild hair that mirrored the chaos of his thoughts, shared a chilling story from the depths of an old library. In the dim glow of candlelight, he had felt an icy grip on his shoulder, a skeletal hand from the shadows. Turning, expecting to see a fellow scholar, he was met only with empty air and a fallen, age-worn book. Its pages revealed cryptic symbols and otherworldly illustrations that seemed to shift and dance. The night wore on, and each friend's tale grew more spine-tingling. Emma spoke of a haunted painting that defied logic and reason, while Thomas recounted the harrowing sight of a phantom ship that glided silently through coastal mists. With each tale, the room seemed to grow colder, the fire's flickering light casting eerie shapes on the walls. Nervous glances were exchanged, and the friends wondered if their stories had summoned something from the shadows, just as they contemplated ending their unsettling storytelling session. A spectral whisper, faint as a breeze through a graveyard, reached their ears. "Join us." A collective gasp filled the room as their hearts raced in unison. The fireplace sputtered, and shadows seemed to gather in the corners. From the darkest recesses, a spectral figure emerged, its eyes hollow and its voice laden with sorrow. It was as if the very essence of the inn's history had materialized before them. Trembling, they followed the ghostly figure, unable to resist its pull. As they crossed into the unknown, they realized that their own ghostly encounter had just begun. They became part of the inn's haunted history, forever bound to share their eerie tales with those who dared to listen. Even from beyond the grave,